everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris with Kristen's Crafts, and today I thought we would do a wrap-up of January, let you know where I was with everything that I did, and kind of a brief overview of what we're going to be doing next month. So this month I was able to make 31 layouts in my 31 days, which is amazing for me. I hit my first goal of the year. And then also, I didn't spend any money on scrapbooking stuff. The only thing I purchased scrapbooking related was I paid for my weekend crop. So I did mark that down as scrapbooking spending, but it wasn't on physical things that were going to add to my stash. And it actually was something that helped me to get things moved out of my stash and projects done. So during my crop, one thing that I'm not going to share because it's paid content was I had taken the Vicki Boutin Where To Next class. I still have more of the class to do. I haven't done the layouts yet. However, I just finished in January the album. In addition to that, at the beginning of the month, I did finish my December documented. So those two projects that I don't have here were finished at the beginning of the month. So that's a happy thing. And then here is my layouts that I thought I would share real quick. So most of this was done for Baby Scott Scraps. And now with Baby Scott Scraps, this challenge, you use one full sheet of paper as your background, and then the rest is either with scraps or with 6x6 paper pads. Now this month, a lot of my Christmas stuff was done with 6x6 paper pads, just because I didn't have a lot of scraps in my stash that were Christmas related, and I really have been trying to get Christmas done. So anyways, I'll try and remember what I've done for each of them and what they went through. So this is just a picture of my newest grandson, Everett. This will go into his baby book. This was back from August of 23. He's already 6 months old, which just blows my mind. So just a fun little baby snapshot photo of him. Then I have, this is again, with Baby Scott Scraps. I used background from, I think, a paper pad and then some scraps for my stash. Same thing with Everett's photo. This was actually 2 pieces of scraps, and I had enough of the one to flip it over and adhere it to the other, so I didn't even use a 12 by 12 piece of paper. It was strictly made with scraps. And I think this one was made with a full sheet of paper. So, and then these are just pictures of my daughter who is now, she's born in 87. This is pictures of her in the playpen when she was little. So just a couple cute little candid shots of her that I still hadn't not scrapbooked yet that will go in her album. This is a picture, again, this was 2 scrap pieces that I was able to put together to make the background, so not even using a full 12 by 12. And this is pictures from Dresden, Germany, back when I was a flight attendant. So I just put the 2 pieces together, used some 49 and Market cloth washi tape or fabric washi tape, and then just decorate it with embellishments I had in my stash. This is of one of the old churches down in the older section of Dresden that had received a lot of damage during World War II, and then it had been reconstructed. So somewhere in all of my travel ephemera that I've got, I have a postcard of the church prior to it being, when it was bombed out, so prior to it being restored back to its original state. So I'll have to find that to include with it. But that will go in my flight attendant travel albums. This is a picture of my great niece and my great nephew and my sister-in-law. This was from last summer when we were down in Florida, and so I still have some candid photos that need to be scrapped. Again, this is all scrap pieces of paper, nothing full in here, and just random embellishments that I've got. And we're going to be going back to Florida again this July, so hoping to take a lot of pictures and use up some more of my beach stuff. This is another flight attendant page. Now this one, I don't think I used scraps. This was a 49 in Market background, but I did mix collections. I forget, I think this is Inkwell is the background, and then I used the travel 6x8 papers for the background, along with a bunch of embellishments, and then some old travel stickers that I had in my stash. This is of me in Italy, in Naples, and this is overlooking, there's like the harbor or whatever. So there's that. And then the next three are of the same picture. So I am scrapbooking and starting to do albums for my grandkids. So basically my theory is that when it's a picture of the kids by themselves, it pretty much goes into their album. And if it's a picture of a family event where we're all together, and it's like random candid shots, that goes into my family album, and they can fight over it when I die of who wants what pages. But if it's them individually, it goes into their album. But with this one, the picture of them with Santa Claus this year, the three boys were all with Santa Claus in the same photo. So this is one of those special occasions that I would want them to have the picture in their album. So this is the same album, scrapbook 3 different ways, and I'll figure out who's going to go into what album. I haven't figured that out yet. But here, this is an old paper pad that I had the Santa Claus with the reindeer on it. And then I pulled in some simple stories and some 49 in Market, and was able to take old and new collections and put it together. And this was for Baby's Got Scraps because I did use a 6x8 paper pad for matting the photo, and I still only used one piece of paper for the background. So this is the next one, again, was with Baby's Got Scraps. Same premise. I only used one sheet for the background, and then I used the Vicki Boutin paper pad for the matting of the photo, and the rest was getting embellishments out of my stash and onto the pages. So again, I have this is a Hobby Lobby, their house brand Santa embellishment. I have some 49 in Market in here. I have some Vicki Boutin papery in here. Again, another like Hobby Lobby. And then I have some of my gems, I think, are Echo Park. So mixing and matching a lot of stash together, going more embellishment heavy versus paper heavy for the same photo. And then the last one is this one here. Again, this is using scraps. So actually, no, this one wasn't. This one was for Build-A-Page. So this was 2 full sheets of paper, and I just cut around the hexagons and made kind of a wonky border. This was already on the paper, and then I just layered a lot in here. So there's just a lot of layering. This is just a sticker that was like one left out of a Christmas Hobby Lobby papers. I have the Santa Claus, I think I got in a pack that was from Hobby Lobby. Same thing with the Believe. And not sure where I got the Ho 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 wood veneers. I think those again are Hobby Lobby. Some Vicki Boutin in here with the puffies and the die cut. And this die cut's Vicki Boutin. The paper in the background is scraps that I had. And then I have here an acrylic piece that I've had for a while. And I believe this is from Colorcast. I don't think it's one that, I was gifted one from Moira that I know got on one of these layouts, but I don't think this is it. And then we have this one here is of my youngest grandson, Everett. This one again is, I believe is for Baby's Got Scraps. This is using just one piece of background, layering up using Vicki Boutin papers. And then I just had random die cuts that I had in here. This was from another paper pad. There's some Vicki Boutin in here. I don't think there's any, I don't think there's any 40. Oh, this is 49 in Market. So just, again, a little bit of everything that I had in my room. And then I printed on my wide format printer this 12 by 12 photo of Everett leaning against Santa's boots. So it will go into the album as a 2-page, just because that was so stinking cute. And then I put some mini photos at the bottom of him and his little photo shoot. This one is another one for Baby's Got Scraps. I used, the background is the Vicki Boutin paper, and then I used 2 strips of scraps from the Vicki Boutin paper pad. I used some die cuts that were, I think these were Vicki Boutin collection as well, but these were printed on my my own printer. I'd bought the digital collection and cut them out myself. Same with these Hollies. These were fussy cut and printed on my printer. I have, this is Vicki Boutin, and then the puffies and the sticky back brads are from Echo Park. This is just pictures of my boys and my daughter-in-law and my son's girlfriend and my husband all wearing their little antlers on Christmas Eve. And so I just kind of named it Reindeer Games, and it was just some fun photos we were taking on Christmas Eve. This was also on Christmas Eve. This was done with, for Baby's Got Scraps as well. And this is just using 49 in Market. And all of the background pieces are from the 49 in Market. Most are from the 6x8 papers. And then the black is from my scraps from my stash. And then I just tucked in frames, and their laser cut die cuts and some of their journaling things, and just collaged it all together. And then the background paper already had collaging, so I just tried to collage it all and make it one cohesive. And then I have some of the 49 in Market stamp washi stickers in the corner. This one was Baby's Got Scraps, and this is using a 49 in Market. I believe this is, what's the name of the collection? It's the one that had all the colors, and I forget the name of the collection. And then I use, there's 2 49 in Market 6x8 for matting. And then this is a scrap of football paper that I had in my collection. And then some Simple Stories die cuts and some 49 in Market die cuts and rub-ons. This here was from a branding strip. And this is pictures of me at Super Bowl 20. I believe it was 20. This is when Green Bay played Pittsburgh down in Dallas. So this was just, again, one of my travel photos. I worked a flight down there, and there was a long story that went with it regarding Illinois snow and Wisconsin snow. So just starting to document that. But this is, again, Baby's Got Scraps. This one is another Baby's Got Scraps, and this is using the 49 in Market background paper. The picture is actually matted on packaging, and then all of these packages down here were with the laser cut die cuts, but also out of the either scraps or out of 6x8 papers. So, and then a lot of these 49 and Market, when they I'm gonna have to glue these down a little better. 49 and Market, when they do their packaging, they put a lot of die cuts that you can fussy cut out. So a lot of these were actually from fussy cut from being from behind. So anyway, yeah, that's that one. It's gonna need a little more glue though. This one is another Baby Scott Scraps. This one is using 49 and Market as my background, and then using more of the 49 and Market as little decorations in here. And then what I did, this is Marion Bright is, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and glue. I've got some stuff coming loose. This is Marion Bright was the tiles from Hobby Lobby, and then all the pictures are scrapbooked on the 6x8 from 49 and Market from their Christmas collection, and this was made, the pocket was made with one of them as well. Now the book, I'm not going to untie it. If you want to go back and look at the process video, my sister gave me a 4x6 little paper pad that had 'Twas the Night Before Christmas story all the way through it with images of Santa Claus or Saint Nick. And we have a tradition of my dad reading 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and then we pass ornaments around the table. And with my dad being sick right now, it was one of those that made you take a step back and pause and think, you know, I need to remember this tradition. So in the book, I found candid photos of my dad reading 'Twas the Night Before Christmas at our ornament exchange, made the little book with the story, and then put this in, which will go into my stash after I glue some things down with more adhesive. And so, and then I have a rub-on on here. So that is that one. This one is another Baby Scott Scraps, and this is of my grandson Everett with his mom and dad and his sister and brother puppies. And this is his first Christmas, opening up Christmas presents with his cute little bow on his head. This is all 49 and Market. So the these photos were matted on 6x8. This is a branding strip off of another piece of paper. And then this is actually a die cut used for matting for these photos. So again, using my embellishments, using smaller scraps and smaller papers to layer, and you can use your background paper, work with it. You know, 49 and Market gives you a lot to start off with, and then I'm jumping off adding more layers to it. This one here is another Baby Scott Scraps, and this was using 49 and Market paper, putting a rub-on in the back for that little Santa Claus. I used more embellishments, tucking them in behind. I matted the picture onto a 6x8 piece of paper, used a cut-apart tag that I had from my scraps from one of my Vicki Boutin classes from last year. Same thing with the all of the fussy cut flowers were all from a scrap from Vicki Boutin, and same with the little pine burrows that I have in here. And then my title was the rub-ons. So again, only using one full sheet of paper. Everything else was scraps or small paper pads on here. This one here, this one also was, nope, this one was Build a Page. So with this one, this was, my background came from an older paper pad, and then I matted it on this candy cane stripe paper. Used Vicki Boutin to decorate along with some of my older stash, like this is like a Hobby Lobby stickers, and then I put puffies on here, and then I had trees that I had previously made from die cuts and had put stickles on last year. Never used them, and they were in my stash. I pulled them out and got them on the layout. Used a border from a sticker sheet, tore paper, and then added these acrylic pieces on here. So this was from How to Kill a, or Build a Page. This one was also from Build a Page. So again, using papers that I had from a paper pad. So for this black and white, I did gut it out and have that scrap that I can use. Matted it with a cut down polka dot paper and then added the stripes to it. And then I used, what did I use to mat? I think I used scraps to, or maybe another paper. Actually, I used another piece of paper from the stash to mat and make a giant photo mat with the pictures of my sister and I, and pictures of the trees at Macy's downtown Chicago. Added a journaling card, and then some, these stickers are from Carta Bella, and the puffies are from Carta Bella, and then I used some of my stars that came from Colorcast Designs. So just documenting a fun day to Chicago with my sister. This one was also done for Build a Page. This is, and I think this is the one that Moira gave me. This is a die cut. Where does she get hers from? This acrylic piece comes from, can't remember it off the top of my head, but if you look at the video, I will call out where it came from. These little candy cane acrylic pieces came from Colorcast. These, the trees came from Hobby Lobby, and then the die cuts and were from Vicki Boutin, and this tags were from Vicki Boutin as well. So, and then we have an Echo Park puffy stickers on here. And then, again, the paper was from old paper pads that I had. This is just us at the Kringle Market, and we're documenting. We had our glue vine and potato pancakes and our chocolate, or hot chocolate and whipped cream at the market that year. So that's kind of an annual thing that I will add to our book. This was also for Build a Page. This was using, again, from another older paper pad that I had in my stash. I had taken out some wood veneer pieces and colored them with pink to pull out the pink in my paper that I matted the photos on, and then just a lot of random stickers that I've had in my stash for a while, along with some of my Echo Park sticky back brads, and then just a random Santa Claus, and then some snowflakes that I think came from their acrylic from Hobby Lobby, I believe. So there's that one, or those two. This one is for Baby's Got Scraps. This is using the Carta Bella collection. So the background is the Carta Bella, and then I have the same collection 6x6 paper pad. So I used die cuts from the paper pad and cut them along with the page, these other squares, just a little bit shy of 3x3, and made my little grid. Used the sticker sheet, sticker book, and pulled out the embellishments along with the title, and then added some sticky back brads and some puffies from the coordinating puffy embellishments. So, and this is documenting my grandson Dylan with his gingerbread house. Now, keeping on the gingerbread house theme, I then made this one of Preston using a doily. Again, this is Vicki Boutin paper that I used for the background, and then used the 6x6 paper pad to make my border here. Used my 12x12 papers, you know, to make the background. And then I did pull in my sticker book that was from Echo Park, and then some Vicki Boutin puffy stickers. So all of that's kind of a combination, going more embellishment heavy. This one is, again, for Baby's Got Scraps. This is using, this is another Echo Park paper for the background. This is Carter's gingerbread house, my youngest. And we did our title of Needs More Candy. And I kind of referenced the Saturday Night Live Needs More Cowbells because that's kind of what came to mind. Used a big embellishment from Hobby Lobby that came with these little gumdrops and candies. Used the sticker book for a couple other embellishments. The strips that I used for underneath the photos to mat the photos were scraps. And then I want to say that this photo is was cut down and then matted on the 6x6 paper pad as well. So a combination of scraps and smaller paper pads, and again, going more embellishment heavy on the page. This one, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe this one was for, yeah, it was. I just did it. This is for Baby's Got Scraps. I used a scrap piece of black paper to mat the photo. I used 49 in Market for the background. I did rip a little bit of the edge and added a little bit of the black also behind the paper. So it's another way that you can use your scraps. And then I used a lot of die cuts and rub-ons from 49 in Market to make this layout of my daughter and her husband and the 3 oldest grandkids to go in my scrapbook. So I've got like a picture of each of the kids that I'll be putting in there with their families into my album. And then this one, I don't have a process video for. These last 5, 1, 2, 3, actually 6. These last 6, I don't have process videos for. I was wanting to meet my goal of 31 layouts, and so I ended up just doing some of these off camera. So this is taking a paper pad that I have, I bought at the beginning of the year, which is from Park Lane. That is the Joann Fabrics house brand, and then mixed it with some 49 in Market die cuts and chipboard. And this photo, this is our family at our Christmas Eve dinner at our local pizza place. So it's my mom and dad holding Everett. And I think I did this photo for Everett's book. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look. And then, so that will, him and great grandma and great grandpa will go in his album, but I wanted one for us. I have one of Dan holding Everett, and then I have me and Preston together, and he's showing off that he lost his 2 front teeth. So that had to be documented. And then this one here is a 2-page spread. And I want to say the title, Merry and Bright, either came from, I think it came from Dollar Tree. So either that or from Hobby Lobby, but I'm almost positive Dollar Tree. And I wanted to get that used. So I just used 2 pieces from the Park Lane paper. And then I cut another Park Lane paper down and pieced it together to make the strip going across. And then I have some Vicki Boutin die cuts up here and some Vicki Boutin and 49 in Market die cuts down here. And then I did add some 49 in Market washi tape at the bottom. And this is just candid photos of our family at the pizza place, along with pictures of the pizzas that we had on Christmas Eve. Years ago, my mom decided she was no longer going to make our turkey dinner on Christmas Eve, which just about killed us because it's, you know, family. You go to mom and dad's and have Christmas Eve at her house and eat good food. And she's like, all of a sudden, we're having pizza. So actually now that we've been doing it for so many years, I think my kids, I don't think they ever remember going to my mom and dad's and having a normal meal. And now if you were to tell them that they were not able to go and have pizza for dinner, they would be absolutely heartbroken. Even during COVID, my nephew went and picked up pizzas and delivered them to everybody's houses so that when we were on Zoom, we were all eating Nick's Pizza. So it is one of those traditions that will always be there and continue to go. And I don't think we could get anybody, and especially not the kids, to stop having the pizza. This is another double page layout that I made off without a process video. Again, documenting our Christmas Eve at Nick's. So I just went ahead and took random candid photos. Some are 3x4. So like here is my nephew, great nephew, showing off his green tongue because he was eating his cupcake that my daughter bought that was just gobbed with frosting. And then his pizza, my son and his girlfriend. This is her first Christmas with us. My dad again. This is my niece-in-law and my newest great niece that was born like a week after Everett, I want to say. So yeah, it's my sweetie. And then my son-in-law and Carter, my nephew Brody, and then my mom and dad, sitting candidly with Brody. And then at the pizza place, they have a game room, and they had one of those photo booths. And so Preston and Dylan went into the photo booth and took a bunch of funny Christmas candid photos. And so Dylan let me take a picture with my phone of their candid photos. So I just fussy cut that out and added that to the layout, along with, this is just a coaster from the table with the pizza place's name on it, using that as my title and ephemera. And then I just used primarily Echo Park sticker sheet to decorate. So there's that one that will go in the book. And then the last one I did today was this one of my daughter-in-law and my grandson and my son, and with their matching shirts. This was earlier in December, but it was the Christmas party for my husband's side of the family. They do a football Christmas party get together at his sister's house. So that's why I'm doing Christmas related, because it's technically their Christmas party. But I used some Vicki Boutin stars that I added on here, some puffies that I had, along with some sticker back brads. And then the story for, and then the paper is Illustrated Faith. And I've had this collection for a while, and I really like the bright colors and thought it would work well for this. So my husband's shirt, as you can tell, is a little bit more worn. For Father's Day last year, she bought him a shirt that said "Awesome like my daughter-in-law." And it was kind of funny because my kids trickled in and gave them their gifts. So first I think my daughter came and gave him a bag of candy or something. And then my son came and gave him, his gift or whatever. And then Kevin and Emily showed up, and she brought the shirt. And everyone just started laughing because Emily won the contest of who can give Dad the best present because of the shirt. So then she went and got a shirt for herself this Christmas that said "Awesome like my father-in-law." And then I made, using my Cricut and my heat press, I made Everett his own shirt that says "Awesome like my Papa Cow." So they all had matching shirts at the Christmas party. So my title is "Awesome like my ... And then I'll just do a little journaling about the shirt. So just kind of cute to document it and include that in. I do have some other candid photos of the Christmas party that I'll add in there, but kind of wanted this one documented. And that is it. So, hopefully you enjoyed that. So my goal for February is 29 layouts. Now we'll see what happens if I'm able to do that or not, work permitting. I always put that disclaimer in there. I did not do very much with my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. I basically made the kit at the beginning of the month, put the papers together, and have not gotten into it. As we said in that video, the How to Kill a Kit with Style this year is going to be quarterly, so I wasn't as worried about getting into that. But now I'm thinking I'm about done with Christmas. I may make another one, but I'm leaning towards it's going to get put away this weekend. And after it gets put away, I'm going to get the How to Kill a Kit with Style out and really start trying to get more layouts worked on that. Moira, here's Bud visiting you. This is for Moira, otherwise he would be kicked off the table. So sorry if you're not a cat lover. Anyways, he's going to sit there and say hi to Moira. Can you say hi to Moira? You say hi? Bud. You say hi to Moira? Come up here. Anyway. All right. So that's one thing going on. I will be trying to do, again, build a page. I don't know what I'm going to use for my theme yet. We'll have to come up with something and look at my stash and see what I have, what kind of things I haven't visited to see what my starting point is going to be for that. And then Moira and I are going to be starting a new series. Shannon may join in occasionally, but for sure it's going to be Moira and myself. And we're going to be trying to do one day a month. I know that Moira, when she's doing hers and when I'm doing mine, we usually have a lot of questions about how do you do it so fast? And I have my go-to designs that I tend to go through. Like these layouts here, I think I made them in 15, 20, 25 minutes tops, because I did one of my go-to designs, which is to spread it across, stack them up, and then layer paper underneath. She does her 1/3, 2/3. So the idea is that once a month, we're going to have our go-to designs and focus on one of those designs and show you one of those layouts. And we'll each do the same thing. So I believe this month is going to be a half and half layout, and showing you how you can take a half and half of papers and come up with a cute design. And then it's, again, one of those go-to that when you're struggling and you're looking at your piece of paper, or you've got a piece of paper that you like both sides. Well, how am I going to be able to use both sides? Well, you cut it 6 inches down the middle and you flip one of them over, and now you have a half and half layout. So that is going to be an upcoming series that we're going to be starting this month, and hopefully moving forward, and hopefully that you guys will enjoy that. Again, with any of my series, I put the disclaimer on: work comes first. This is my hobby. This is for fun. I don't make any money on this. And so, yeah, that's got to be the priority. So, but yeah, I kind of have my goal. I want to get some things done and my layouts and albums done. And so, yeah, that's where we're going. So anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging in with me. If you've hung out this long, sorry it took so long, but I'm really happy with everything that turned out this month. Again, no spending and using up a lot of the stash that I've had in my stash, and getting a bunch of these Christmas pages done. Like I said, I've got a whole lot more to do. I'm not as worried about it because I do have my December daily, but yeah. Anyway, you all have a wonderful day. I will see you again on my channel real soon, and keep scrapping. Bye.